What is the significance of Moldavite, and what is it about it that people are so attracted to it? And also, what could it do for you if you were to even get into crystals and meteorites, tektites? Does it even matter in our physical world, and can it actually help us with manifesting or just being a higher being, spiritual being? Moldavite, the stone of transformation. Moldavite is known for intense vibrations, high frequencies, transformation, powers to the physical, spiritual alignments, healing, and emotional issues that it fixes. So it also clears your energy, and it also clears your chakras of your body, and is also known to heal. There's a lot of misconceptions and beliefs behind crystals and behind energy itself. The problem is that a lot of people that get into very religious beliefs, they might think that, this is evil or demonic or anything like that. It's hard to really believe something like that because these come from our earth. They come from the land that we walk on. When we walk barefoot, we absorb the energy from the ground because in the sand it has magnetic molecules that are inside that sand that connect with us to ground. We know that those health benefits work. Energy does exist. The thing is that it was very difficult for me to even believe into the crystal thing, but it wasn't until I touched Moldavite is really when things have shifted my perception and beliefs around crystals and energy. When I first discovered Moldavite about a few years back, and that's kind of what led me into making jewelry. All my stuff is 925. This one has Herkimer diamond in it. Maybe I'll run some clips of some jewelry of Moldavite that I've made while we talk about it. So this energy, as soon as you touch it and you put it into your left hand or the receiving hand, most people that don't believe in energy or crystals or anything like that, as soon as they touch this, most people will recall some type of heat flash, some energy wave that goes through the entire body, or shock. I remember when I first got mine, I put mine by my window during the day inside. You don't want to put it directly in the heat because that could crack it. But as soon as I picked this thing up, it literally shocked me. And as I was holding it, it was vibrating and pulsating like a pumping, pulsating, and it was going through my body. And I knew that this is definitely something unusual. If you really like this information, please like and subscribe below. This really helps me out, and it helps out to get it out to other people that are interested as well. And there's a lot of beliefs behind it that goes back in ancient times. Scientists are all discovering that this crashed down in the Czech Republic 15 million years ago. They have craters to prove that it did come from the heavens, from the skies, as they would say in the legends, from the stars above. It fell from the stars above, I think, yeah. And it's only found in that area. So there are a lot of places, you got to be really careful if you do get interested in it, that, Moldavite, there's a lot of fakes going around, so because of the popularity and the rarity of the stone. What happens with this stone and is that if your energy isn't at the vibration of what its high frequency is, what's going to happen is that your frequency could be here, it could be low vibrating, no one knows. I mean, a lot of people that aren't ready for something like this, they come into Moldavite at a low vibration, and this thing is vibrating at a very high frequency, at something where it's at the crown chakra, which is your intuition and everything else. So what's going to happen is that it's going to bring you up to this vibration, and if you're not ready for it, things are going to happen in your reality, transformative. I'm not saying that this is going to be bad or anything. I have never ever experienced anything negative with it. So for me, hearing others on YouTube talk about, negative things, I think it's already whatever your belief system is that's just gonna magnetize it and take it tenfold in magnitude of whatever it is that you already are. So if you're already a bad person or you're not on the right path, it's gonna shift you. It's gonna make you dump old friends. It's gonna make you quit your job. I mean, people always say, "Oh, I love my job. I don't want to quit it." Look, your path in life probably is gonna lead you something to even something better. But I mean, if you do love it, it's not going to make you quit. If you really deep down in your heart, then it's not going to make you quit your job. But ever since I've had this, I've had things where I would think about somebody, and sometimes, you think about a person, and all of a sudden you get a text or a call, right? Or you run into them. But I can swear to you, with Moldavite, it has happened tenfold. It becomes way more very intuitive, and you start getting a lot more intuition with Moldavite. I need to stop touching it. But the thing with Moldavite, before it even became so popular, this was actually a stone that was held in secret. Only royalty had it, or people of noble causes, or people that knew of the secret, and it was very passed on. So if you're really thinking about having Moldavite, I've never had really a bad experience with it. It only, I guess, led me to the path here now. Ever since I made the decision to be more consciously aware of my reality, it led me to a lot of things in life besides just manifesting the reality I want. Once I made the decision to decide to get the career I want, live in the state I want, and I took that leap of faith, and everything started crumbling in front of me. And the way that reality works, I don't think sometimes it likes to trick you, thinking, oh, you probably shouldn't go because everything is falling apart. And I knew deep down inside that this thing was playing with me, and I didn't like the fact that it just kept putting roadblocks in front of me. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what you throw at me. You can make my car break down. You can make everything fall apart. But you know what? I'm still packing my stuff in this car, and I'm still packing up all my stuff. And I'm leaving this state, and you're not going to trick me saying I should probably stay, because sometimes reality does that to you. It wants to put all these situations and circumstances, right? And we just got to not allow those circumstances or reality to control us. The thing with Moldavite here is that because it's vibrating at such a high frequency, it's going to take you to a whole new level in life, whether it's manifesting your reality. It is known to be used for that. It's also known because of its power, as well as helping you with intuition and being able to use and make the right decisions. What's crazy to note, because I didn't really believe in the energy stuff before on it, it is the one stone out of any other for a non-believer to touch, to believe and wear it, to believe that this is actually something real. And I think everything has frequency. Everything vibrates at frequencies. The other day I was looking at something on how bees, they would communicate with the pollen, and with the pollen, what happens within these flowers is that it creates a frequency, a sound, knowing that there's pollen on the flower. So the frequency vibrates at a certain pitch. And what happens is that the bee has a certain frequency that picks up on this pitch. And as soon as it lands, this frequency, it collapses with the bee's frequency, so then it mutes because it's two frequencies vibrating, and it hits, and then it just clears. So when other bees fly by, they notice that it's already been taken and somebody's on it, or there is no pollen because the frequency, someone's already on it, right? So it's kind of weird that everything does have a vibration, everything has frequency, and it does make sense that, frequency can heal. When we meditate and vibrate at a certain frequency, we get into what's called coherence, and all our vibrations, and this is Dr. Joe Dispenza puts wires and tests on all his subjects that want to be tested. And basically, when your frequencies are out of whack, this is when problems and issues and health inside you fall apart. So when the frequencies start aligning and they start flowing at the same frequency, this is when, magic happens. This is when the body starts healing. This is when you're able to control the things around you in your reality. So frequency and vibration does play a big part in reality. And whether you believe this stuff or not, the law of vibration is one of the first laws when manifestation first came out. And law of vibration, it comes out of the Kybalion, which is ancient knowledge that was been passed down. And we can go over that kind of material in The Game of Life and How to Play It, that book. Scoville Shin, she picked up the same knowledge from that same book of the Kybalion. A lot of the great teachers have picked up their knowledge from this book of the law of vibration, and there's many other laws in here. But the thing is, back then, they would pull, what it was called, in ancient times, they would probably pull fire, and they call it the fire and sword, right? The paladins come down in their armor on their horses, slaying down different cities because you had a different belief system. If you didn't follow the church, you're slayed. It was so crazy that the knowledge had to be very secret, even Moldavite itself, because if they knew that you were using some kind of magical stone or something outside of the normal, then you would probably be hanged, burned. It's so crazy. And now that you could be a crazy person and you're not getting hanged, luckily. So all things do have vibration and frequency, and I wear this all the time. And the crazy thing is, when I put it away, there are people, and I know that there is vibration, and I know this works because there are people that come around and say, hey, you have Moldavite on? And then I'm like, yeah, even though it's hidden. So there's definitely intuitives or people that are empaths that can sense these things, or someone that's very, very into energy. I don't mean to rant on this subject, but yeah, Moldavite, I do highly recommend it if you are ready for something like that. And if you're ready to up level your vibration and energy, definitely Moldavite is something that has literally shifted the way things happen in my reality. It's kind of spooky in a way, but in a good spooky, because you think of something and all of a sudden it appears, or it comes into your reality, or you think of somebody and they walk in through the door, or they call you, or they show up somewhere that you haven't seen for years, or someone you think about, and boom. It just happens a lot more frequently than if you weren't. So if you really want to level up your reality, do check out this video here on how to focus your attention and awareness on your desires. And I give you actionable steps that will manifest your entire reality by focusing and putting your attention on the object of whatever it is that you want. And knowing about Moldavite, attaching that as well with energy and frequency, as well as to manifestation, anything you want is desirable and everything you want is attainable.